Then Jacob's ghost disappeared. Scrooge was still shaking with fear as he got ready for bed. After checking his room for more ghosts, he climbed under the covers. Humbug, he muttered. Then he fell asleep. But it wasn't long before a noise woke him up. Ding, ding, ding. His clock bell was ringing. Scrooge opened his eyes to find a little cricket in a top hat on his bedside table. I'm the ghost of Christmas past. The cricket said, we're going to visit your past tonight. The ghost went to the window and pushed it open. Just hold on, the ghost said as he hopped into Scrooge's hand. Scrooge did as the cricket said, and they flew out into the darkness. The city passed slowly beneath them as they flew high above snow-covered rooftops. The first stop Scrooge and the ghost of Christmas past made was at a little shop. A party was taking place inside. Scrooge looked through the window. It's old Fezziwigs, he exclaimed. He saw his old boss and many of his dearest friends laughing and dancing inside. Then he saw Isabel, the girl he had once loved. She was dancing with a young man. It was him, back before he had become a greedy old man. As if reading Scrooge's mind, the ghost said, 10 years' time, you will want something else much more. The spirit showed Scrooge another scene. Isabel and Scrooge were in his counting house. Ebenezer, Isabel said softly, have you made a decision about getting married? I have, Scrooge replied. The last payment on your cottage was late. Then he told her he was taking the cottage away. Isabel began to cry. As Scrooge watched, he shook his head.
He hurt her feelings.
I know. Was that a nice thing to do?
No.
No, we don't want to hurt people's feelings, do we?
No.
No.
That makes Scrooge mad.
That's right.
It makes him mad.
Remember, Scrooge, the ghost said, you made these memories. Scrooge found himself back in his bed again. Then he heard a loud voice say, I am the ghost of Christmas present. Scrooge looked up and saw a giant. The giant lifted him up and carried him out into the night. He brought Scrooge to a shabby little house. Through the window, Scrooge saw Bob Cratchit with his family. They were having Christmas dinner. On the table sat the smallest bird Scrooge had ever seen. Surely they have more food than that, he whispered. Then a smaller boy hobbled into the room on a crutch. His name was Tiny Tim.
He's tiny.
He's tiny. Tiny Tim looked at the meal on the table. We must thank Mr. Scrooge, he exclaimed. Scrooge turned around to ask about Tiny Tim, but the ghost was gone. He was all alone in a graveyard. Suddenly he saw a dark figure. Are you the ghost of Christmas future? Scrooge asked. The ghost was silent. He pointed to a gravestone. Scrooge saw the Cratchit family without Tiny Tim. They were near his grave, crying. The spirit pointed to an empty pit. Whose lonely grave is this? Scrooge asked. Then he realized it was his. I can change, Scrooge cried. Let me change. Suddenly, Scrooge was in his bed again. He ran to the window and looked outside. The sun was shining. The streets were covered with snow. Christmas bells were ringing. It's Christmas morning, he cried. The spirit's given me another chance. He pulled on his hat and coat and ran outside. Merry Christmas, he called to everyone as he passed. He saw his nephew straight on the street. I'm looking forward to that wonderful meal of yours, he called as he ran by. Bob Cratchit heard a loud knock on the front door. He opened it to find Mr. Scrooge on the steps, holding a large bag. Scrooge jumped the sack on the floor. Dozens of toys fell out. Scrooge smiled as the children rushed happily forward. Bob Cratchit, Scrooge said, I'm giving you a raise and making you my partner. Then he handed a large turkey to Mrs. Cratchit. Merry Christmas, he said happily. Merry Christmas to us all, said Tiny Tim.
Will you do the voice again, Mama, for Goose the ghost Goofy?
I don't think that's very nice. You to try the video and make fun of your sweet wife.
Or making
who
fun.
Takes care of you.
I'm making memories.
I'm about to make a memory.
Yeah. Oh goodness! Say bye bye. I'm a cry pants and I'm playing in my book bag.